Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Respected viewers, Assalamu alaikum. The month of Rajab has approached us. The month, as in the tradition, is the month of Allah. And the month of Sha'ban will be following the month of the Holy Prophet of Islam. And the month of Ramadan, the month of the nation of Islam, will soon be approaching. The beginning of these three holy months is marked by the wiladat of one of the great Imams and successors of the Holy Prophet of Islam, Imam al Baqir alayhi salam. This title is given to him by the Holy Prophet of Islam, that when he told Jabir to convey his salams to Imam Baqir alayhi salam and mentioned that يَبْقَرُ الْعِلْمِ بَقَرًا, that he will divide knowledge, he will split open knowledge. And as the tradition and legal rulings were prohibited from being taught, and there was man'u tadween al-hadith, and the prohibition of compilation of hadith. But when this ban stopped and Imam Baqir alayhi salam was allowed to teach, he spread Medina and the entire world with divine knowledge. And he was a very remarkable scholar, not only for the Shia. I want to give you an example from Shamsuddin al-Dhahabi that mentions in his Siyar that Imam Baqir alayhi salam, a scholar from Sham, born in Damascus, died in Damascus, a student of Ibn Taymiyyah. So therefore you understand the context of such a historian, a Shami historian that lived in a region that they were at war or they had hatred of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. But he mentions this about Imam Baqir alayhi salam. He says that he is among those who have gathered knowledge, its observation, dignity, honor, reliability, serenity, and he was qualified for caliphate. This is what this historian talks about our holy Imam Muhammad al Baqir alayhi salam. So we understand that during this time period of Hisham ibn Abdul Malik, so from the time period of Imam Baqir, Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, we have narrators such as Muhammad ibn Muslim come and narrate 30,000 hadith from Imam Baqir alayhi salam, or Jabir ibn Yazid, about 70,000 narrations. And that the Imam started exegesis of the Quran and explained that I can teach all of Islam from the word as-samad. If they would give him the opportunity, he would teach all of Islam from as-samad, because he had the knowledge of the Quran, which is tibyan li kulli shay, which is a bayan and a explanation of everything. They had the true understanding of the Quran. And when it came to hadith, we talked about the numbers of hadith. The Imam emphasized on teaching the people, and they would sit around, and the Imam would teach them, and then the Imams of Ahlul Bayt would tell them to write down and lock down this knowledge by writing it, as opposed to other schools of thought where they relied on memory. Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam instructed their followers to write down knowledge. And so these books, like the usul, 400 usuls, that were books from the companions of the Imams, were formed. And then later on, these usuls turned into al-Kafi, and books like al-Kafi that compiled these books that were written and compiled by the companions of the Imams. But we see this tradition, brothers and sisters, from Imam Baqir alayhi salam, that opens our eyes when it comes to hadith. لحديث واحد تأخذ عن صادق خير لك من الدنيا وما فيها. We see that Amali al-Mufid, indeed one true narration that you receive from a truthful person is better for you than the whole world and all that it contains. How much time do we put to study the hadith? How much time do we put in to study hadith? How much importance do we give to hadith? Is it equal, one hadith for us, equal to, say, the entire world? Because the hadith is the detailed explanations of the Quran. A lot of times it is legal rulings. And that one hadith, a scholar looks at it and gives a fatwa on it, and it changes the way that the Muslims will live their lives, for one hadith. Therefore, we should spend time in understanding the hadith of Ahlul Bayt. As the Imam has, know that the levels of our Shia, but the number of hadith from Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam they narrate from Imam al Baqir alayhi salam, and their knowledge to them. Know, if you want to know how much worth you have, Imam al Baqir alayhi salam tells us to look at how many hadith and how much understanding they have of those hadith. So let's ask ourselves this question: how much do we understand the hadith? How much hadith do we know? How much time did we spend studying the hadith? وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين.